All right, family. So right now we're going to. I hope everybody's having a good day so far. New York session was an okay session. We came out profitable. We made a 4-to-1 risk to reward, which was good. We caught 10 points. Now, what I want to do is break down price action, how I'm looking at it now, because obviously when it was live, I wasn't viewing it like this. But it's always good to go and back test just to see exactly what took place now that the session is over. You made your profit or whatever the case may be. So first thing that I noticed is that we have this zone. Okay, we'll call it just the SNR zone, support and resistance zone. Okay, so it ranged from the bottom side was just over 4K, so it was probably, let's just say, '06 to probably '08. So it's probably just like a 2-point range. Okay, and we can see how this range was being was heavily effective today. All right, this is where a lot of volume was probably taking place in the auction, as far as just this transfer of weak and strong hands. So when we came up into the zone originally, and this when it was being created, we used it as a level of resistance. We came down right to the MKL 4K. All right, and then we started. We came down into these levels, which is like a minor 1 minute sub X levels. Okay, but the biggest things that I want to take place is how this bull trend took place. Okay, this bull trend took place, and then when we broke it, we came to retest this level, which was inside, which lined up perfectly with the support and resistance zone. All right, we could have went short here. All right, gave yourself 30 points just to cover the stop, and then you could have targeted MKL 4K. All right, now another play that took place, a few more plays that took place, is we came into on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, on the 15-minute time frame, we came into, right? So first off, hold on, let me make sure this doesn't show on these higher time frames. I only want this to show on the 1 minute. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just tighten up the chart. All right, chart hygiene is everything. Chart hygiene is everything, fam. All right, bet. So we created this support and resistance zone. All right, now we hit the high of the day, which was 14.6. Okay, and then we had a strong move down. Okay, and we came into this already. We came into this 15-minute sub X level. So the 15-minute sub X level, and then we came into this smaller 15-minute demand zone. So we came up. Okay, we came back down. All right, and then we kind of ranged right here for about 5, 10, 15, wait, I apologize, 15, 30, 45, for about an hour. And then we finally broke that. We came to retest it just slightly, and then we broke up. And this is where we returned. We came into this level of demand because this is the last bear candle before we had that strong bull candle. Okay, so this is where we came into this morning. All right, we came in here at 8:45 a.m. Now we go down to the 5-minute. Let's go back down to the 1. Back down to the 1 minute. All right. So now that we had that higher time frame mitigation, all right, I noticed how price created, the buyers created this ascending internal range liquidity trend line. Okay. So if we were to go back, right, if we were to go back in bar replay mode, okay, let's look at where the first trade took place. All right, so we broke this high. All right, we came back down to retest this level. Now this is a very important key level as well. All right, so this red line is the 15-minute sub X level line. Okay, this is the 15-minute sub X price level right here. So this is 86.5. Okay, so when we see this level right here, this is the 15-minute sub X level on the 15-minute time frame, which is very important, right? It's very important to us to know where are our 15-minute key levels when we're trading on the 5 and the 1 minute. Very, very important. Okay, so let's jump back down to the 1 minute. All right, so on the 1 minute time frame, all right, we came into this 15-minute sub X level, which is 86.5. Okay, we retested that, and buyers defended it properly. Okay, once again, we're coming off this 15-minute demand zone. Okay, so these are two stack confluences that we have in our favor of buyers. Okay, we push the market higher. Now this is a key level too. Now look at this. So on the 1 minute time frame, earlier at the beginning of the session, we had this 1 minute sub X level. So let's draw it back all the way out here. Okay, so this level, okay, we came down, we created a low, we broke past it, we broke through it, we came up and used it as a small level of resistance, we broke through it, we came up and used it as a small level of support now, and then we broke up. Okay, now we came up, we created this zone. Okay, now look where price returned. Price returned back to this level. All right, this is at 91.3. All right, now if we extend this all the way out, they're still interested, they're still using this as a key level that I noticed, right? Because 91.3, so if we extend the line, so we came up into this 15-minute, we came down into the 15-minute sub X level and the 15-minute demand, we pushed up. Now we're using this level, all right, the past 1 minute sub X level 91.3 as a level of resistance. We pushed back down into the level of demand, 15-minute, then we pushed back up. We had a small reaction down, and then buyers powered through it. They overpowered, okay, and then we pushed up. Now we pushed back down into the 15-minute sub X level. Okay, so we're just ping-ponging back and forth right now, creating just, old school textbook W pattern. All right, WV pattern. So we have the first leg, second leg, third leg, and then we pushed up. Okay, now let's look at where the entry was. So being that we broke this level, okay, and we already seen that this is being used as a level of support, it was being used as a level of resistance. Now let's just try it as support. All right, boom, we came down and we hit that level. All right, give ourselves a 3-point stop. All right, 3 points. We can risk 90 points. All right, that's a 3-to-1 risk reward. We'll target MKO 4K. All right, we had a small reaction off the high, all good. And then boom, we hit 4K. So that's 3R right there. Okay, but we're still riding this trend. Now look. So, okay, we break underneath 4K. Okay. Now we come back down to retest this trend line. We're coming back down to retest this trend line now. All right. Buyers are defending properly. Buyers are defending. Now, this is where we need to pay attention at, okay? So, we came up, we broke above 4K. We pushed down to 97.5, 97.6. We pushed back up into 4K. Sellers defended it. We had a reaction low. Okay. Now this is a level that we need to pay attention to. So this is the 1 minute sub X level. This is where sellers tried to sell from. Guaranteed you they tried to sell from this level. All right. They tried to sell from here. Okay. So boom, we're having a small reaction down, but remember, we're riding this internal range liquidity trend line. Okay, overall, buyers have the stronger hand. Okay, why? We just broke this high. Okay, on the 1 minute time frame. So this is the 1 minute change of character officially. So that means buyers have now officially established the stronger hand. So now this is the 1 minute change of character. So we should still be looking long. Okay, now. Gold is an asset right now where they're buying every dip. Every dip is being bought right now on gold. So we need to have this mentality. Buyers are buying every single dip. It's a free lick right now. Everything's being bought for profit. All right. So being that we swept this low, so we came up, remember, so we created this high, we came into the trend line, and we had a small reaction down, and then we broke up. Okay. So we broke past this level. Okay, what is this price level? This is 96.6. Okay, now we had a small reaction up into this key level, all right, which was at 97.6. So this is 1 point. 1 point. 1 point from 96.6 to 97.6. So now we're 1 point. So we had this. We came up. Okay, this is the high. Now watch this. If we were to buy this high, okay. Boom, so we push back down. So now this is being used as a level of demand. All right. Level. So we call this just a 1 minute demand. All right. Why? Because we came down into this internal range liquidity trend line, and then buyers bought up from here. Okay. Now, if price breaks this high, which is 98.5, that's green. That is green to go. All right, that's green. Boom, we broke it immediately. All right. Now, what can be our target? We can aim for remember, the support and resistance zone. All right, let's aim for 10 points, 100 ticks. Okay. Boom, price hit that. Price hit that already. See the wicket? Okay. Price hit that already. Now, price came again into this 1 minute sub X level. All right. So we came off that support and resistance zone. All right, that two point support and resistance zone. Okay, so we had a high, we had a small reaction back out into this high. Okay, and then we broke that. Now, another thing that I want us to pay attention to. Okay, when we look at the anchored VWAP, all right, price surfed this outer band the whole time. Okay. Came into the middle band just partially. Then we came and we retested the outer green line. Okay, we're coming to retest the outer green line just ever so slightly. All right. Now, we already created the high of day. Okay. Now, remember, we're in this support and resistance zone. Okay. So normally, this is where price is being rejected at. Okay. Price is being rejected around here. Okay. So let's watch this. All right, so now price has broken this, price is sweeping this internal range liquidity trend line. And remember, we're at the support and resistance zone, okay? We're at the support and resistance zone. Now, we came up, look at this is very important. All right, so we came up to 10.4. We came down into 8.2, and then we pushed back up and we broke that high, okay? Now, let's look at this level as a 1 minute sub X level, okay? On the 1 minute time frame. So this is the 1 minute sub X price level, okay? Let's go ahead and and then we'll cover the stop. We'll give ourselves 3 points to cover the high. All right, so this is a 3-point stop, and let's just target 4K, which is 8.5 points, 85 ticks. All right. So let's go ahead and put a sell. Let's put a sell limit here. All right. Now, if we get up there, remember, now price has already broken this. And we're around this support and resistance zone. Let's take the risk. All right, we're only risking 3 points. Boom, price came up in there. Price tagged us in. Let's go ahead and put our stop, cover the high. All right. And we'll aim for 4K as our target. So this is just a little bit under 3R. I really like to get 3R out of these moves. Let me see. What is 3R? So we got to tag just a little bit underneath. Okay, so let's try that. All right, so we've been tagged in, and now remember, we've came to retest the bottom side of this trend line now. All right, so now that we broke it, now we're retesting it. And remember, we've already broken underneath the support and resistance zone. So basically, we're just playing the support and resistance zone with an added confluence of price breaking this internal range, ascending internal range liquidity trend line. All right, and we swept liquidity right here. Okay, so this was the last time price came to touch this trend line, and we swept that liquidity right here, which is a good sign that price could indicate once lower pricing right here. So this is also very important. All right, so this is the last time at 5.1. 5.1 was the last time price touched this internal range liquidity trend line to the upside. Price came and swept that. All right, we had an aggressive, what was that? No, that wasn't 5 points from here to here. Why does it keep doing that? Give me a second. This is acting stupid right now. 65 ticks, 6.5 point aggressive move to the downside. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This is only in 3 minutes. Okay, 3-minute candles. We moved 65 ticks, 6.5 points. All right, so now let's go ahead and push price forward. Boom, 3R, just like that. Another 3R. And that's just off of riding this internal range liquidity trend line and mapping out this support and resistance zone. That was 3 trades that took place during today's New York session. All right, so Asia session is officially live. All right, Asia session is officially live. So let me go ahead and get prepared for that. Please study this video, study this video. I will be dropping it on YouTube. Study this video. Let's make sure we really pay strong attention to price action. All right, let's pay very strong attention to price, and let's make sure that we understand what's going on. Remember, our job, our profession is managing the downside cost of printing high side returns of money consistently. We have to pay attention to what price is doing. We need to be focused. We have to be one with price. Like, we really need to pay attention. All right, we have to study. We have to be on our game to truly capitalize at the highest level that we possibly can, all right, to come out profitable. All right, this is the Black House Fund. 500K, okay? The 500K lifestyles for freedom and abundance. This is what we aim for, okay? We trade for the freedom and the abundance that it can bring us. It doesn't happen overnight. It's long term. All right, so we just came into this support and resistance zone. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there. Make sure you study this video, and let's get prepared for Asia session. Blessings, 500K.